This movie has quite an interesting history to it. It was in development for nearly 3 decades, was the last role for several different actors, and in the 90s was taken away from the late Richard Williams twice and released in an edited and messy state, with the second time being one of the most controversial re-edits in cinematic history. But does the recobbled version still hold up today? In an Arabian kingdom is a minaret with 3 golden balls that will bring evil to the town if they were to be removed, unless it is saved by the simplest soul. Also in the kingdom lives a nameless thief and a cobbler named Tak, who after being taken in by Zigzag, King Nod's grand vizier, takes a liking to Princess Yum Yum. The balls are taken away by the thief just as a vicious race known as the One-Eyes are about to attack, and so King Nod sends out his daughter Princess Yum Yum out to stop the army and find the balls, along with Tak, the eventual hero joining in after falling in love with each other, and the thief, of course, joins in to steal stuff. Meanwhile, Zigzag manages to get hold of the balls that were scattered so that he can join in with the mighty One-Eye. I will state that the story in this one is relatively simple and easy to follow along. It's paced really nicely, and it's got some great characters to keep you engaged too. Tak himself is an absolutely sweet character. I love his design, it just looks really cute, and I also love his relationship with Princess Yum Yum. The idea of having a cobbler as a hero is also really cool, and it's also something you wouldn't expect. It's kind of like an unlikely hero. He's basically a character I'd want to protect. The thief is also a charming character, and despite him technically being a criminal, I couldn't help but feel sorry for him throughout the film. I mean, he gets beaten, thrown and flamed, and he goes through some potentially traumatic events. He's a really funny character though, and the fact he and Tak are both mute actually adds to the charm of them. Yeah, despite what Harvey Weinstein claimed, making your characters never shut up will not help engage your audience all of a sudden. The other characters are pretty cool too. Chief Ruthless and his gang are all absolute units, and Princess Yum Yum was actually really cute, and her nanny, despite being a side character, is actually surprisingly strong. Zigzag was a really menacing secondary antagonist, and really sleazy too, considering that he wants Princess Yum Yum in return for the balls, and Vincent Price did a really great voice for him. It was really cool to hear him do some rhyming in his dialogue a la Thriller, and it was actually clever, unlike something like Wheelie from the Transformers 1986 movie, or the Sharon Miller era Thomas and Friends. The man, the main antagonist, the mighty One-Eye, he's so threatening and so villainous, he could potentially bring nightmares just from his design alone. I know this movie has some really simple characters and story, but arguably you're not going in for any of that. The main draw in this movie is its beautiful and impressive visuals. Oh man, the animation is quite astonishing for its time. You got some real smooth frames and even some trippy moments that feel really creative, with some colors going along great and even lots of checkerboards. But then what do you expect from Richard Williams? Some particular standout moments were the chases between Tak and the thief, as well as the entire climax with the epic battle against the One-Eyes. I understand the Recobbled Cut does feature some rougher or unfinished animation, but that's a side effect of trying to find the best quality versions of the missing scenes. And to be fair, it doesn't impair one's enjoyment. So yeah, I'd say the Recobbled Cut is easily still the best way to enjoy The Thief and the Cobbler, and it's still one of the greatest animated movies of all time, provided you watch that cut. Don't bother with Fred Calvert's version, and especially stay away from Harvey Weinstein's version. They weren't anywhere near what Richard Williams wanted, and the Recobbled Cut, despite its constantly reworked status, is still the recommended way to see it with its simple characters and plot, and amazing animation. Give it a go! Why else would it inspire Cartoon Saloon's Irish Folklore trilogy?